and they're all kind of going down. So if you go outside the door, if the door's closed, and these are the holes, and they're all going this way, then obviously the gun had to have been going like this.
Odds are the murder weapon was a revolver.
A revolver will keep the casings inside the weapon, whereas a semi-automatic, once you shoot, the casing is ejected from the weapon and normally lands somewhere around the shooting.
I didn't see any casings.
Okay, over the wall, nothing there, nothing like that.
It doesn't seem the rifle was the murder weapon. Kalesa needs chocolate to tell him what really happened.
Okay, we're ready. There's two big hurdles I need to overcome now. I have to advise of her rights. And once I advise her of her rights, she may say, I want an attorney, which the interview's over. If she agrees to talk to me, then my second biggest hurdle is, who is that shooter to her? If the shooter's not her, is it her brother? Is it her father? Is it a friend? If it's a family member, she's probably not going to give him up. You had the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law.
In the murder of James LeSueur, Detective Mike Polk suspects the victim's roommate, Brandon, may be lying about what happened in their apartment. At the scene, Polk's partner, Detective Cliff Jewell, has found clues the killing may be drug-related.
Little green things that look like an E.
At homicide, Brandon insists he has no idea who the killers were.
You saw two people?
Yes, one on each side track.
So how many total people were in your house?
3.
The one that was with you?
And then the other 2.
Okay. Could you hear what they were saying to James?
All I could hear is shut up, and then something in Spanish to each other, and then, you know, we don't want to kill you, but we will, and...
They were saying that to James?
Yeah.
The blood spatter's gonna be all the way out here, but see the pattern is kind of that knobby.
Oh.
You know, he stepped right here in the blood, and then they go that way. Yeah, looks like we got 1 going north and 2 going south.
At the victim's apartment, Cliff Jewell begins to piece together how the murder happened.
And as you go down to the bedroom, obviously an altercation took place in here. Clearly someone kicked this door and encountered him on the bed. There was a struggle and a fight. The victim was injured. The roommate says when they passed his door, they were carrying him and he was screaming. And as he's going, he's kind of slinging a little bit of blood from the injuries that he had to his head. And the majority of the blood is right here at the entryway. So it's a pretty safe bet where these 2 bullet strikes are is where he was when he was shot.
5 hours in, Jewell finds the evidence does match Brandon's story.
We had the initial information about the 3 Hispanic males that forced their way in. A witness said she saw a person running north, but we have bloody footprints that go south, and there are 2 marks on the block wall back there that indicate 2 people climbed over the wall at that location. So I'm pretty comfortable with the story about the 3 guys. It looks like everything is consistent with what the roommate was saying.
Go, ma'am.
Polk and Jewell need to find out why a group of strangers would target James LeSueur.
Do you have any idea why anybody would want to come over and do this?
When we first moved in, these guys were selling drugs out of their apartment across the way.
Brandon says he and his roommates had videotaped their neighbors across the courtyard selling drugs and complained about them to the apartment manager.
And that videotape was given to the manager?
He had seen it. The videotape was still in the camera.
At the scene, only a few feet from where James died, is a video camera apparently dropped by his fleeing killers. In the murder of Zachary Hollenquist,